Hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I come on between noon and 12:15 every single day of the year. I have been here every single day for more than 4 years. I always show up. Matter of fact, I had a discussion this morning with Sarah, and we were talking about, we've got to film something so that in case there is an emergency or something, I've got something so there'll still be something here for you, and you'll still have each other in the chat to talk to and what have you. So, we're maybe doing like I thought maybe like a meme show, or I know there's an astrology show we want to do, because we started talking about there are so many different astrology charts for Jesus, some of which are just, does this astrologer, do you even astrology, bro? Anyway, we're going to do something like that, but that's not what's important right now. Bernadette says pretty autumn colors. Oh, well, I was going for summer, but here we are. It's probably the shirt, and it matched. It was the one thing I had that actually really matched. So, and the lipstick matches this. So, anyway, I'll get on with the stuff. I'm using the Housewives Tarot today. We have all kinds of crazy. Oh, meaning me. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Bernadette. I'm sorry. Slow on the uptake. And Kristen has a new kitty named Rascal, little baby kitten. It says meow to Boo Boos and Kitty. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay. Thank you for being so kind to each other. Thank you to our troll slayers. And if you're watching on replay, all the questions are in the description box. I timestamp them as I go. You can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed, whatever works for you. Okay. We're starting with, generally, if there's any kind of something I can show you, an image, a video, some kind of media, I will show you up front. And this is no exception. So this particular question went to the top of the pile this morning. Kristen Carrasco's almost 3 years old, but he thinks he's a kitten. Oh, okay. Thank you for giving Rascal a forever home. Thank you. All right, we need that high energy, because this blew my mind. At 3, this 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Guess what? Ricky, I'll get to that little later, please. And thank you, Alan. Thank you. All right, at 3:40. I want to make sure I get to the questions. Thank you. Oh, okay. So let me do a little, let's share. Sharing is caring. And I think actually we could go to the original link here. Would probably be the best bet. Okay, take down the flowers for just a second, and we'll share screen. Oh, you're going to love this. Apparently, make sure you can see this. Yes. Apparently, Trump is treating his VP pick like the Eurovision Song Contest. His supporters can vote for who's going to be his VP, but only if they pay to do so. I kid you not. Screenshot of a Trump campaign email. Blah-de-da-da-da. They have no idea who vice president will be, because that will be decided by you. Who do you think my VP should be? Make your choice. I'm not making any final decisions until I hear from you. So please, before the day ends, make your choice for Trump's VP. Cast your vote. Make your choice. Pay. Because that's the thing. Various links on this email all lead to the same place, a web page where visitors are invited to indeed write in the name of a VP pick. The email might generate hope for journalists that one could at least see if there was a short list, therefore be a legitimate test of popularity. No such luck. There's no list of picks to select. And so people can suggest a pick, but in order to make your vote count for you, it means you have to pay him money. Yes, indeed. So I guess the first question is this what's going to happen? Is he really? I agree, Ricky. I wouldn't give that clown a wooden nickel. Yeah. Yes, Allison, that man is such a grifter. Yes. Rebecca Smith says he is so gross. Yes. Lisa Graham says pay only with Monopoly money or Johnny Bucks. Anybody who watches the Petty Boots Club on Sunday evening, Johnny got a piece of paper and he drew and he created Johnny Bucks. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know how much the link isn't in that article, which I think is a shame. But like, do you have to give a certain amount? This is really what he's going to do. By the way, at least a couple of years ago, there was a Trump crypto currency. There was. It was worth 5 cents. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it's still out there. But Apple says he's been moving campaign funds to personal accounts. Yes. And I believe our democracy-focused judicial system is okayed quite a bit of money being moved to politicians' personal accounts. What could go wrong? Anyway. Alfie. Who's that? Okay. Financially, he's in trouble. Very, very shaky ground. Very unsteady. Financially, 2 of Pentacles. Oy vey. So, is that how Trump's VP is going to be picked? Well, 10 of Pentacles. He would rather it be a family member. But it's mainly going to be somebody who has to understand who's wearing the pants. They have to be utterly devoted. They have to be willing to do demeaning things. But this is also the far right being on the defensive, and the 3 of Pentacles. Here's a plan. But the thing about this particular card in this deck is it's kind of hard to tell whether she's setting that up or knocking it down. So, in the energy I'm getting off of this is just bad. And whoever it is, they're going to go down. They're going down with him. They're going down on the Trump Titanic with him, which is a big metaphor. Boy. It's to make money. He wouldn't. You notice there isn't a poll. There isn't a list of candidates. It's a way to make money. Maybe get some idea, but mainly make money without having to make any kind of commitment, show any favoritism. This is not about choosing the VP. This is about, do pray for Marilyn's daughter. Please, please. Okay, get out of that good energy, because that's send loving energy there, and then back into this Fool. It's about money. Yeah, this is like apprentice style. You have to climb the ladder, get over the hurdles, turn it into a game. High Priestess. So it remains. This is what's interesting. High Priestess. So this card for the reading in the first card, this would be a game. That's a game show. You keep it secret, and people have to, in order to find out, they have to play the game and go set up go set up a lemonade stand, and whoever makes the most money, blah, blah, blah. However, from there, I've got the Death card, the Thief card, the Nine of Cups, which is lots of Democratic votes, and Howling at the Moon. It doesn't matter who he chooses, he's going to lose. And certainly because the person he chooses, he's only going to choose somebody who completely sucks up to him. And considering how unbelievably focused the ultra-right is on masculinity and manliness, and they don't respect anyone like that. You have to be the alpha, please. But and I don't know. I still, to this day, I'm not entirely convinced he's going to choose a VP. Oh, that's not coming. So, yeah, it's just for money. Apple says, so the VP position is for sale. Is the VP position for sale? He would go, make an offer. If it was, if it was $100 million, I think he'd say, yeah, sure. Three of Swords, he has got major legal pain going on. Page of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Small donations, larger donors, trying to buy the vote, trying to get men motivated to counter the women's vote. So I don't believe for a single second that Trump is going to pick now this isn't a reading, but actually let's do a reading. I could give you my opinion, but who cares? Let's look at it. Let's do an actual reading on it, because my bias is my bias, and that's not what you're here for. Will Trump choose a VP officially? And then next, after that, will Trump pick a woman or person of color? All right, will he officially choose? And thank you for being here. Valor says, my parrot hears Autumn is screaming his psycho knife-stabbing sounds again? What? I didn't know you had a parrot, and why would it be screaming psycho knife? What? Lecter Storm says he won't pick a VP because he wants to be a dictator. Yes. Fran says, Autumn, he's not going to pick nobody. Giovanna says he doesn't want a VP. Oh, I didn't say he wants one. He puts it off. We know that. Again, lots of Democratic votes. Trying to convince women, but it's not going to work. 10 of Wands, burden. 7 of Wands on the defensive. 5 of Wands stirring the pot. What's in it for him? It's entirely transactional. That's all I'm getting. That's all I'm getting. So, will Trump ultimately pick a VP who is a woman or a person of color? Uh-huh. King of Wands. That's him. He's that jerk. Yeah. Seven of Swords. Thief card. Nine of Cups. Again. Third time. Votes for Democrats. Lots and lots of them. Queen of Wands. They're in the middle. Yes, there are women who could be his VP. But I've got Five of Swords, which is adding insult to injury. So not only not going with a VP who could potentially help him, I guess, but like insulting whoever. But I don't know that I'm with you. I don't know that he's going to get the chance, and I'm not sure why. Because it ends with the Justice card. All right, well. Oh boy. All right, so we should move on to the next topic at 17 minutes in. Kind of shocking a little bit from something a little shocking from the Supreme Court. I am cautiously okay-ish. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. This morning, the Supreme Court voted unanimously to protect access to the abortion drug mifepristone. It is worth noting that the wording of the ruling doesn't protect the drug because of a woman's reproductive rights, but rather because the people who brought the case couldn't show where they have been harmed by its existence. This leaves the door open for future litigation. One more come through. Oh my gosh, the nasty energy. It was just like, my third eye just got slimed. Gross. Ugh. Anyway. Mifepristone. I'm just doing 3. Whew. Seven of Pentacles. Well, the people on the far right are sitting pretty. And when I say people on the far right, I mean justices. Just put that there. Ugh. Four of Swords. Well, it's silence for now. Legal silence for now. Seven of Wands on the defensive. Knight of Cups. Ooh, this might take a while. That's interesting. Because that's it for this, for now. So whoever it is people are going to have to bring cases in future, and that's going to take some time. And in the meantime, doesn't the next Supreme Court's it's not session, the time of year when they're in court? What's the word I'm looking for? But doesn't it run from like October to June? Not sure. Whenever that is, but it starts before the next presidential election. But there's something here. That this is silence now, but they are feeling on the defensive on the court, the far right, which is like half of them now. Knight of Cups, that is fighting back against this. That's more positive than I thought it would be. Lewis said this is to deflect all of the attention that Thomas and Alito are getting. Aren't they going on vacation? Oh, I'm sure they are. Multi-million-dollar vacations. Yes. First Monday in October. Thank you, Giovanna. Next session, Thea. Thank you. It's not a session. What is the word for that? Their year? It's not session. Anyway. Ugh. Okay. David says, where do you go to appeal a Supreme Court decision? Congress to change the laws. Term. Thank you, Holly. Thank you. Thank you. All right. 21. Tammy Duncan was asking, how will MAGA protest this before the election? Protest this or protest in general? Term. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Thea. Yes, Jennifer Parr. Thomas is going to go glamping. MAGA. Oh, okay. I'm getting cards off the top of the deck. It's only June, but it does, for some reason, it feels like they're out of time. 9 of Pentacles. They've already won so much. Of course, they don't think so, but they have succeeded in taking women's rights away. It's interesting. I was drawn to use this deck today because this is it's the Housewives Tarot. This is the card for the reading, the 9 of Pentacles, the sitting pretty. And beneath that is the 7 of Cups, which would be women looking at a bunch of different options. The first card is of the 3 cards I pulled, the first is the 10 of Cups, which is happy families. But in this deck, it's like a party with lots of drinking, which this is absolutely 1950s, 1940s, 1930s. You know, how short is your skirt, and were you drinking? Therefore, whatever happened is your own fault. That's what this garbage is. But 8 of Wands, these idiots are going to find out that it's not 100 years ago. We're in the 21st century now, because 8 of Swords, women are not going to put up with this, having their rights taken away, being hemmed in by all the cocktail swords. It's kind of hard to see in this light, but being hemmed in. So, MAGA will MAGA. Yes, and the afternoon cocktail party. Exactly. All right. Well, at 23:30, let's go on to Senate Democrats. Now, this just came over the wire. I don't have any details. If you have details, please share. Senate Democrats have launched a probe into Jared Kushner's foreign business activities. I'm wondering if it's past. Is it past or present? Is it... Jeffrey likes the Pulp Tarot and the Housewives Tarot for these socio-political readings. Thank you, Jeffrey. Oh, boy. Senate Democrats looking at the human stock photo, the mean stock photo. Deb Z says, yes, they have their past activities. Okay. So is anything going to come of this? You would think so. And CC Ryder is talking about the immunity ruling. Deb Marsh says it's about the Saudi money. I would think so. Yeah, Lewis, mannequin for sale. Yep. The institutions. Where'd you get the money? I'm surprised that Raskin, isn't that in the House? Anyway. Okay, so it's not. It's in the... See, I have too much rattling around in my head right now. Jamie Raskin, representative. Yeah, it is in the House. Okay. I'm not just hallucinating. Oh, it's not Raskin, says Heather. I would think so, because, I mean, he's in... Mikey, he hates everything. The heretic, he wouldn't allow that. Well, going after... some people says he looks like Brahms, which is a horror movie, apparently. I didn't see it. So, anyway, yeah, when the human stock photo, the evil mannequin was in government. King of Swords. Well, I mean, how did he get going around trying to get the money and ultimately getting the money for 666 Fifth Avenue using the faith and power of the United States government to do it? That's a big no-no. Hanged man, that would be bad. At least they got, at least Trump is not president. Nope, he's not. Senator Whitehouse. Thank you, Debsy. Thank you. Who says the boy? Yeah. And the Senate Finance Committee Chair, Ron Wyden of Oregon, launched the investigation. Okay, thank you. And CC Ryder has great information, as always. Kushner's Trump son-in-laws come under scrutiny for receiving money from foreign governments, including $2 billion from Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, 6 months after he left the White House. Yeah, and he gets $10 million, from what I've read. He gets $10 million a year to invest that $2 billion. And he spent the first year not investing in anything because I think he was a little afraid that he would invest in something or a company or something somewhere and it would not go well. And Khashoggi, anyone? And then when he finally chose someone to invest in, it was an Israeli company, of course. Not American, no. Mm-mm. Knight of Cups. Well, whoever is doing this, they are not kidding around. Four of Pentacles. They're going to be able to subpoena financial records. Subpoena financial records of what a terrible situation Kushner Properties or whatever it was in at the time. And Queen of Swords, they're serious about doing something about this. That Queen of Swords that's like a prosecutor. That's like, I wonder is Kushner going to get a special prosecutor? Let me type that in quickly. 29. Oh no, it's down here. 2930. 2930 is Kushner going to get a special prosecutor. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. Lord, I know we don't talk often, which isn't true, but let me turn this down. No, well, hang on. There we go. All right. That should be better. Oh, please, oh, please. Make this Okay. Special Prosecutor. Cindy Lou says, yes, please. Donna Cowell says the flowers look summery to me. Oh, good. I'm glad. Cynthia O'Keefe says the Supreme Court is going to issue more rulings on Thursday. Yay. Thank you for letting us know. Malting's Cottage says, I think Garland has had enough and won't be there much longer. Okay. So, Jared Kushner, you're going to get your very own super, super special prosecutor for your super, super special potential crimes. Burden, 10 of Wands. Entertainment only, YouTube. We'll just making it clear. Entertainment only. This feels like if you go through those finances with a fine-tooth comb, that big burden, 666 Fifth Avenue plus other stuff, there are heavy burdens in their financials. King of Wands, that's just Trump. You were in with Trump, and he would let Kushner do anything. Of course, he would dump more and more on Kushner to do, which of course Kushner did with absolute ineptitude. 7 of Cups. Illusion, delusion. 9 of Cups. This is all the evidence laid out. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. 3 of Swords. Legal pain, heartache. The Chariot. Legal heartache with the Chariot. It's very special prosecutorish. Oh, please, oh, please. David Minard says you'll want to discard that comb when you're done. Pardon? I don't understand. Oh, fine-tooth comb. Yes, Rhonda, go through the financials with a fine-tooth comb. Yes. And make sure you throw away that comb afterwards. Perfect. Yes. 5 of Pentacles. So there's just energy here and cards here that are saying that his financial situation, even if it's okay now, it wasn't. And would it come as a surprise to you to know that he's a terrible business person? Shock. 9 of Pentacles. Oh, he's sitting pretty. There's the Star. Knight of Wands. They'll fight back, blah, blah, blah. But you can't change. This energy feels very strong. And yes, it needs to be a thing where people working at the White House cannot use the White House. Anybody in the White House cannot use the White House to make themselves millions upon millions of dollars. And Trump is still, to this day, making money off the Secret Service. To this day. Anyway. Flag this, yes, Kushner couldn't get security clearance because of his massive debt. Yeah. Flag this. Lecterstrom's asking, there's no rule for that? Well, we thought there were rules for a lot of things. It turns out there weren't rules for. So, okay. 30, 34. 45, 34, 45. Janet Stafura had a question. Politico is reporting that Speaker Mikey was the first person Donald called after his conviction, telling him to find a way to fix it. And Johnson agreed and invited him to speak on Capitol Hill for the first time since his presidency in Jan 6. I hadn't heard that part. I knew he talked to Speaker Johnson, the heretic. He hates everything. Mikey, he hates everything. Johnson, the heretic. And then Johnson went and talked to his friends on the Supreme Court, which isn't supposed to be a thing. But there we go. But apparently, Trump invited him to speak on Capitol Hill for the first time. What? Lecter Storm says, I live in D.C., and yes, he was here. He pumped his fist before he got out of the car. Oh, so this has already happened. Or is this happening today? Well, I guess that's happened then. So how much are Speaker Mikey and the Supreme Court going to, Speaker Mikey specifically, but the Supreme Court, going to help Trump? Anne says, Dumpy is visiting the Repugs today, not speaking to Congress. Okay, it already happened, Electra Storm says. Thank you. All right, so I am looking at, is Mikey going to help him? Is the Supreme Court going to help him? Page of Wands. That's quite weak. Three of Pentacles. Plan. Queen of Wands. All right, there are a group who are willing to support Trump. Ace of Swords, though. That's the sword of truth. Eight of Cups. Having to walk away. Hanged Man. They can't help him. It feels like they want to help him, but it turns out I don't think there's anything they can do. It's a state court, isn't it? Do I have that right? Anne says it's supposed to be a unity meeting so Republicans can come up with policy. Take people's rights away, check. Force women out of the workforce, check. Make them second-class citizens, check. Destroy LGBTQ plus rights, check. Make sure children starve, check. Rather than take any of my tax money. Good grief. David Miner says the planks are their scaffold, but metaphorical scaffold. Yes. Michelle Thompson says, work on policy. I just spit out my coffee. I know. And Rebecca Smith, yes, they can all pound sand. Yes. And Fran says he met with the House GOP, meeting with the Senate later. Okay. Yeah, they want to, but I don't pick up that there's anything they can do. Okay. All right. Now this is just a check-in of what the heck at 39 minutes in. I'm a little confused by this one. You know how the Orange Fuhrer has been giving stump speeches, and he's been praising Hanibal Lecter. Yes, that Hanibal Lecter. Fava beans, Chianti. Yeah. Matter of fact, I think in one of the earlier speeches he gave, he was talking about Silence of the Lamb. Just one. So in a speech on Capitol Hill this morning, Trump once again praised Hanibal Lecter as a, quote, nice man who, quote, had a friend over for dinner. I'm getting a little dizzy. Since Trump isn't known for his sense of humor, is this stupidity or something else. Yes, Lady Eva, they didn't have the budget for more lambs. Yes. I needed that. Thank you. What the heck, dude? What? Okay, why the reference? And I would be surprised if this is not somehow related to the fact that I have picked up so many times that this man has extremely violent fantasies. Didn't have to push it for more lambs. That was good. All right, Dumpy. What the heck? Do you think he's real? Do you admire the character? Did you not see the movie? I'm trying to... Yeah, CMC, grossly subject matter. Yeah, I'm sorry. But I just wanted to check into... All right, he's up there trying to make his argument for... He has his plan to become president, and it's his argument. 7 of Pentacles. Okay, he does think that he does waver and get scared, but there is a big part of him that thinks he's going to become president again. That's what the polls say. If I had somebody walking around all day with a printer printing out whatever nice thing anybody was willing to say about me, and I just got a steady diet of that all day, first of all, hurl. I mean, I'm grateful. I am so grateful for any nice thing that you have to say. You have no idea. But I don't want to be self-focused like that. I should be focused more on what can I do? How can I help? What can I create? But anyway, if I had that, I guess maybe I'd be able to convince myself that I was going to become president. I don't know. Oh yeah, Kristen, Trump to House Republicans. Milwaukee, where we're having our convention, is a horrible city. I believe the mayor has responded by saying, fine, don't come. Okay, 5 of Cups. Refusal, mess. 5 of Wands. It's trying to stir the pot. 10 of Wands, burden. Knight of Cups. I think he thinks he's being clever. His ego is all over this. He does tend to talk about, I don't believe, is any of the stuff about Hanibal Lecter, is any of it in the prompter, or does he just talk about this when the prompter goes down or he stops using the prompter? Because it feels like the idea of being locked up, like Hanibal Lecter was locked up. Do not underestimate. This man really thinks that what he imagined, these horrible, horrible things in his mind, that's what Democrats are going to do to him. And so Hanibal Lecter on the dolly with the face thing and he just, why not? I do believe, I could be wrong, entertainment only, but I do believe, and I do not want this to happen, he honestly thinks that there is a possibility he could get, let's just say, taken for a short trip at ground level. So anyway, he's that entered his head, and then he thinks he's being clever. And part of it is, yes, he's getting older, but part of it is just ego, just unbridled ego. The man is his walking id. He just is. So, Lewis, was he frightened by the prompter as a child? Yeah. Kitty Arbuckle says sharks and electricity are common in his speeches too. Well, we do know he's afraid of sharks. Don't go in the ocean. I think it's a given that you are not going to be attacked by a shark if you never go in the ocean, which he never does. I think we can safely say no. Just no. Anyway, 4620. I flagged this. This might be a Google question. Flag this, but we'll see. It's obvious Cannon's taking orders from someone in Felon's camp. Could the DOJ or FBI, DOJ/FBI, subpoena her phone or email records to prove corruption and collusion? I don't think they could do that without some really obvious wrongdoing. Really obvious wrongdoing? Please correct me if I'm wrong on that. Let me see what I can pick up on it. DOJ or DOJ under somebody else. Subpoena Cannon's communications. Now I've got conflicts. No matter who's in charge of the government, no matter how many Democrats are in power, poor little Trumpy. But she's one of the believers. Ace of Swords. Yeah, to make that's a big step. There's the government, and there's the tower. I think you'd have huge legal issues with this. You'd have to have something really obvious, but I could be wrong. Anyway, sorry, a lot more help, but I'm not picking up anything there. All right. It's funny, there's no one talking about this question in the chat. Everybody's still stuck on the sharks. Okay. All right, at 48:30, sorry, flag this. 48:40, echo in this whisper. In the aftermath of E Jean Carroll, will other women come forward to accuse Felon 34 of abuse? I don't know. I hope so, but Lady Eva says, we have our priorities. I understand. Valerie says, focus, people. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to myself. I just don't want flag this to think I don't care about the question. I do. So other women, huh? From the past. Nostalgia. Hanged Man. 2 of Wands. He owes E Jean Carroll a whole lot of money. And there's still a possibility she's going to take him to court again. 2 of Wands, 6 of Wands. He's still denying everything. 4 of Wands. His blind followers are still willing to believe he didn't do anything. World. I don't know. This is what's already out there. These are his followers, and this is an ending. So CC Writer says, not without probable cause. That would be a storm. But I'd love to see her phone records. GOP, yeah, me too. Thank you. Lisa Arnold's asking, is Trump still defaming E Jean Carroll? Yes. How stupid is he? Very. Oh, so very. I'm not getting much here either. Okay. I was listening about this on the news this morning, so this is not a surprise, but it's stupid. 51. Southern Baptists have voted to not only ban women preachers, but to staunchly rebuke IVF treatments. Really? According to RawStory, the GOP are following their lead with the intention of banning procedures if Trump wins in November. Even without a Trump win, will they still try? Stop. IVF treatments. I'm waiting for them I'm waiting for all of these jerks to come out with, not only are they going to be taking away any kind of control over our reproductive system of any nature, I'm waiting for them to start telling us that, oh, natural childbirth is the only way to go, and no, you shouldn't have any drugs. It's not God's will. Anyway, banning IVF treatments, right? Huh? Valerie says Handmaid's Tale. Yep. Dr. S says, will they come after divorce next? Huh. Do you know how many times these people have been divorced? If there's some way that they can get divorced whenever they want to, but the masses, the unwashed masses, oh, of course they shouldn't. Big old death card for the reading. Eight of Swords. Women who are very, very limited already. And let's not kid ourselves, folks. And these people probably don't quite get it, but couples who need IVF treatment, it's not always the woman who's having problems conceiving or having a baby. Sometimes it's the man. Women hemmed in, fewer options, desperately clinging to what little they have left. Everything's out in the sun. We're seeing what these people want. Four of Swords. This isn't going nowhere legislatively. Queen of Wands. This is a legislator, but this makes me, since this is going nowhere here, this makes me wonder if this means we get enough women Democrats voted into power that they nip this in the bud. I'm not surprised. I'm just not. There are reasons I'm not Christian anymore. And the majority of the reasons have nothing to do with Jesus. I know, Anne. It's about the extra embryos. Yep. But, hey, okay. All righty. What is next here? Travels had a question. This is interesting. 5525. Wanted to make sure I got to this one. Made sure I get to this one today. Saw my first neighbor flying the American flag upside down. Is this a signal that they're starting to do something? I doubt it. You know, I could always be wrong, but I doubt it. This is don't feed the trolls. These people are awful. Yeah, it's meanness, cruelty, stupidity. Bernadette Smith says, I'll be checking on my sister's Trump flag. Poor thing. Ruth Liska says, no, just borrow sugar from the other neighbor. I'm looking in general. I don't do personal readings, so but I am sorry for that, Travels. This isn't going to be specifically about your neighbor, but in general, is this the planning something? Because it went so well last time. Suspension, King of Swords. This is law enforcement. They are all over. They are scouring the internet for this garbage. Matter of fact, it's not even just the internet. There are people who plan this kind of garbage and worse, like in the chats on games, and yeah, they're law enforcement is having to come up with all kinds of new and different ways to find these idiots. But they're looking. Eight of Cups. The wall is not complete. The Eight of Cups is usually that it's like a wall of cups, but there's like one missing, and there's someone in red walking away. It's like the law enforcement has put up enough of a barrier that it's not as easy as it was. Got a Fool in the middle. And thank God for stupid criminals, because their plans falling apart and them running their mouths. But this law enforcement and their own stupidity very much getting in the way. So anyway, Kristen says, news, Lara Trump is recruiting more lawyers. Well, she needs lawyers in all 81 states. $58.40. If you're new around here, that's an actual quote. $58.45. Janet Stafura had a question. Will Sinclair Media be successful in promoting the Wall Street Journal article on Biden's declining cognitive, or will it be a non-issue by the election? Okay, so is this people are already saying that. Colbert making fun of him because during a concert he just stood there staring, whereas everybody else around him was kind of half dancing kind of, and he just stood there with a smile on his face just staring, at all the pretty lights and the singing and paying attention, but oh no, it's an old man. Colbert, do you think you're getting younger? Really? Do any of these people think they're getting younger? Entertainment only YouTube. Yes. Thank you, Anne. Maya says that did look kind of weird. Anyway, Biden. Well, for the presidency, blah, 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 blah. I think this would be harder for Biden to be reelected if he was going up against someone who was young and vital and spoke well. But Jennifer Barr, he was doing the robot. It's all good. Anyway, Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Cups. He has plenty of people who help him, but he delegates really well. And trust me, you want a president who delegates. Sun, Nine of Swords, yeah, the sleepless nights, worry. Two of Wands, complaining about it. They're going to keep talking about it. There's no way around this. Just. Anne says, I've read that Biden has arthritis in his back. It may be painful to dance. Exactly. Osteoarthritis, I believe. In his spine. Gosh, I don't know what osteoarthritis is like. Anyway. Irene Chavez said that makes me mad. Yeah. And yes, T10E, Biden does have a great team. Yes. Okay. Well, there are a few more questions, but I'm going to roll them over to tomorrow because I'm out of time. But I am literally here every day. I love reading your questions. Thank you for bringing such great questions. It is 1:17 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel with Sarah. I'm still working on my astrology course and plugging away. And let's see, other than that, yeah, there's some astrological stuff coming up next week, but for now, just enjoy your day. All right. So, Carol, I'm glad that your friend doesn't have pain. I'm glad. I am very glad. Anyway. All right. So, you're not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. All right. So hang in there. Hang in there. And I will see you right back here again tomorrow. Same cat time, same cat channel. Oh. Lovely. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow.